Back with a shot of Business Central, and got some pretty interesting news in today's segment. First off, we're going to start with update 21.3 for Business Central 2022. Release Wave 2 has been released. It's got 6 feature changes. You got reuse launch configuration across workspace projects, media image support for Business Central connectors, which I kind of like, Power Apps, and Power Automate support for document attachments. It's over my head.
Just a few samples, but we'll do a deep dive on all of these features.
All right.
In this segment.
Finally, too, Business Central mobile app for Android and iOS has finally been updated. I've not heard of an update since it probably came out, so that's big news. I didn't see any new features added to it or whatnot, so we'll see what happens.
There was about a year ago, maybe, that there was something with the Business Central app that you had to go update it or download a new one, a new version of it or something. It was about a year ago, I think. But yeah,
Is the desktop app? Do you know if the desktop app for Business Central no longer working? I think somebody told me that.
Oh yeah, it works. I use it.
Is it? Oh, I thought somebody told
me.
I
have Windows 10 or 11 or something, 12, 13.
All right. Next up, the big one, the 2023 Release Wave 1. I think I'm just going to start calling it 2023 R1 from now on, and then R2. Names are just too long. So, the Release Wave plan, it's now available. And also, there is a new release portal that's going to provides details on all the features. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but it's pretty nice. It tells you all the planned upcoming features. They have 49. I counted 47. Maybe I missed something.
Two are upcoming next month. Maybe those are the other two.
Could be, yeah. Try now is just all the ones from the past, but we got what? User experiences first. Anything here that sticks out for you, Ken? I guess.
Well, are we gonna
go through one by one?
Hit on that later.
Oh, as a separate thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. We'll attack the go through all these lists of different categories and specific features. I've got a few of my favorites picked out, but we'll kind of after we get through all the news, we'll come back and hit this pretty hard.
All right. Next up, I put this in the news. We were talking about earlier, just to upset my friend Ken, and it's Soren Fries Alexanderson. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. This person's located overseas. He's the first principal product manager at Dynamics 365 Business Central, and he posted on his LinkedIn. I'm going to read it to you. He says, "What if you, as a Business Central partner, could allow your potential customers to start a trial with your app preloaded?" I like that. It's not bad. What if you could profile potential customers on your website and spin up a trial that matches the individual business's needs? I like that. Currently, there's really no way to track.
Yeah. So far, it sounds reasonable.
Yeah. What if you could build an app that can handle both the trial and onboarding experience based on the business's needs? Getting a little iffy, right?
Yeah, that's where he's losing me right there because a lot of companies that exist within the same exact industry, in the same geography, can operate their businesses very differently.
Well, you're going to hate the next one then.
Okay.
What if you could bring the customer to a productive live state with almost no human interaction?
So I should find another line of work.
Well, there's always license sales. But my opinion, and I'm no hardcore Business Central, I don't know, intellect, let's say.
User.
Yeah, user. But it's impossible, right? Just judging by the people we deal with, the customers that we have, there's no way nobody's going to have any questions or need interaction or need help with something or training or processes or whatever it could be. Ken's got steam coming out of the ears right now. I see the devil ears holding up the halo.
Maybe he's picturing like 10 years from now when Chat GPT is going to be taking over all the implementations.
Maybe Microsoft did invest in ChatGPT, so maybe in the next couple months, ChatGPT is going to be the thing to set you up.
That's the end.
Next up, what if all of this could be automated so you don't have to spend time spinning up trials for potential customers? That would be great. So, this is actually part of the 2023 Release Wave 1, even though it's not in the release plan. He says that, it's fresh off the press, so it's going to be added soon. We'll see.
Yeah, I did see that Microsoft is adding new features to allow ISVs to, you can embed specific apps into environments and deploy those. And absolutely, there's a use for those in prospecting and proof of concepts and trials. But when it gets into implementation mode, there are just realities of how small to mid-sized companies operate and how unique they are that that would create a lot of difficulties for them if they you flip one or two flags the wrong way when you're setting up the system, and you could be in for a world of hurt. And without the right consulting help to help you understand the pros and cons and the impact on users' day-to-day interactions with the system up front so you can make those right decisions. You could think that it's the software that's terrible, but it's not really. It's the choices that were made when it was set up that aren't a good fit for your particular business or workflow.
Gotcha. All right, well, Soren, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If you're listening, we're going to invite you onto the podcast to debate Ken.
That would be
or have a discussion with Ken.
Yeah, I don't want to debate. I just want to have a discussion about. That would be awesome to understand. Yeah, what is that vision? What does that look like? And what is that? How does that work? Yeah.
Absolutely, we'll reach out to you.
That'd be great.
All right, here's a big one that I saw for news. Well, first of all, there's a new Business Central quarterly news update newsletter available for partners. So if you're a partner, check it out. It was last updated, I don't know, probably in July or something like that. And within that newsletter, I found this. It said, important, take action before March 1st to retain your delegated admin access to your customers. Earlier this year, Partner Center introduced granular delegated administration privileges as a replacement for delegated admin privileges. Now, I did not know that it was a replacement. I thought it was just on top of that to help, support customers. But now they're saying that this is actually a must-do and has to be done by March 1st, 2023. You need to transition all your customers off the DAP to the granular delegated administration privileges. If you don't take action by March 1st, you're going to lose access to your customers' Business Central environments. What a pain in the you-know-what that's going to be. Because you have to set up security, permissions for your own company to give the users in it the access to the GDAP. Then you got to get all your customers to approve the granular admissions. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm seriously hoping that either we are misunderstanding what they're saying that needs to be done, or they're going to push that date back like they usually do on things because of the unreasonable nature of that.
Right, but first, you have to go to all your customers and you got to transition them to the new commerce experience, okay? Which some are happy, some weren't happy, whatever, whoever. Now you got to go back to them and change all the administration privileges. It's just... It's ridiculous. Some people have more than 5-10 customers. It could take a long time to do, especially if customers don't answer email or don't see your email or whatever it is,
Yeah, so no doubt. I mean, the effective cost on both partners and end users who have to participate in this process is thousands and thousands of dollars in lost revenue.
Yeah,
it literally is for a internal, maintenance type decision that Microsoft made. Instead of, like you're saying, why not offer this on top of the existing one so that you can do delegated privileges instead of completely replacing.
Yeah, because there were customers in the past who didn't want you to have access to all their information, which is fine. But the customers that do, why can't they just stay how they are? And then the customers who didn't want that, just we'll work it out and give them the granular access. So
yeah, so we're gonna play this one by ear and see what happens here with this one. But
we're gonna cry. All right, next up, the modern action bar documentation has been updated. There's 5 more documents that have been updated, so check that out. We'll put a link to it in the show notes. Don't miss the upcoming Business Central office hours. February 7th is Power Platform Integrations, and March 14th is onboarding your customers at Business Central. Excuse me. And then, there is a link now for everything Business Central. It's aka.ms/BC links, where you can see everything for Business Central, which is very nice. Finally, instead of having searched through the vast pages of Microsoft's website, you got a starting point for certain things.
That is a good one.
Yeah, and then let's see what else I got here. Last but not least, Microsoft released the top 10 hot ideas last quarter for Business Central. Everything from multiple application insights keys to the most popular one was sync chart of accounts, vendors, and customers between multiple BC companies. We'll put this list on the show notes just so people can take a look to see what's pretty popular.
That was listed in the new features.
I saw it in the newsletter.
I think we're going to talk about that
this one?
in our 2023.
Oh, the actual sync chart of accounts? Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
We'll see. All right. Well, this was top 10 hot ideas for last quarter, so it's possible.
Yeah.
All right, Ken, what do you got? You got a couple more things, I know, right?
Yeah, just a couple things. One, there's a Dynamics Con virtual conference, March 15th and 16th being held, so check out more information online about that. Day one is sessions filled with user-submitted session ideas and votes. Those were due by January 13th, so that ship has sailed, but you can certainly attend those and see those sessions. And then day two is what's called a Microsoft Customer Success Day. I think this is mainly a day that's sessions being led by Microsoft team members to talk about different Business Central topics throughout the day. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that and we may have touched on this already, but I just want to touch on it again. For years and years and years, Microsoft has had a product life cycle for Dynamics NAV that provided full support for 5 years and limited support for up to 10 years per release.
Wow.
And what that meant was basically for 5 years, they're going to make sure that your version was compatible with other Microsoft products, and that if there were any issues reported, Microsoft would provide an update and make it globally available to existing clients. That is now changed. It is 18 months.
Wow.
So with the most customers, by the way, who are deploying Business Central now are going Business Central online. I would say the vast majority. Mm-hmm. So that is irrelevant, right? Because Microsoft is updating the environment on a monthly basis. So it's really just for Business Central on premise. And the thought process is, now with the availability of extensions and the ease with which you can upgrade Business Central. In most circumstances, 3 releases is really what that is, because every 6 months there's a major release. Yeah. So you're getting backwards 3 releases of full support and then moving. So I think it's reasonable. The one exception to this is version 14, which is kind of our hybrid Business Central on-premise role, where you can have the old classic object designer plus extensions.
Yeah.
So that version is continued. We see cumulative updates continuing to come out.
So maybe that'll be on the 5-year plan.
For 14, right.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Not bad.
So that's all I have for news.